Good morning, everyone.
Sir. Sorry, sir.
Okay, so in the last class, we are discussing some basics about database management system. Okay, Ankumani, I got your question. I will answer it later. Okay, in the end of this today's class or throughout the
Okay, sir.
class.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, let's start with your question. Suppose so, when we are considered something as a software, what does it mean? Or what is the basic definition of a software? The software means it's a set of programs. The software means a set of programs which will execute some data in basic term. Okay. But the particular software, suppose C software or some other kind of software, suppose Photoshop, Microsoft Word, okay, media player, they are operating system itself, they are softwares. That means they they have instructed in such a way that they can take some data from somewhere or from a source. They can execute something based on this data. But when we discuss about database management system, what is database management system? Database management system is not only a concept which execute some instruction based on some data. Like the other software, suppose media player, you run the media player, you add the playlist, the songs are stored somewhere else, okay, in your drive. You add the songs in the playlist of the media player and the media player is able to play the song. But in case of database, what we do, we store the data inside the database, inside the whole system. The system which is considered as a database management system, we are not discussing about only database, or we are not considering about the management system. The part of the management system is a software, but database management system is not only about the management system. It is comprises of database as well as management system. Okay, database management system is data or database plus management system. That means in the database management system, we store data inside the system itself. We execute the system using the internal data, and we get the result. That's why we cannot say that DBMS is purely a software. DBMS is comprises of some set of datas and some set of programs. It's a combine of both. It's a combination of both. Okay. In one side we store the data, in one side we write the programs. When we run the system, these particular programs written inside the system are able to access the data. That's why we cannot say that DBMS is a software. Strictly as a software, it is a software is a part of the database management system. But database management system is not only a software. Is it clear to Ankumani? Why we cannot say
Yes,
database
sir. Yes.
is a
Thank you,
pure
sir.
software? Okay. Now write some definitions. Then it will be more clear. Suppose we have already discussed one or two definition of database. So today I bring one book actually. So from this book I also give some important notes to you. So first of all, write another definition of database management system. Right? A database management system, in short DBMS, is a collection of interrelated data is a collection of interrelated data and a set of programs to access those data. A database management system is a collection of interrelated data and a set of programs to access those data. Full stop. I think after go through the definition, your confusion is clear. That means database management system is the overall system. Like suppose computer, when we termed some machine as a computer, that means it is a comprises of both hardware and software. We cannot say it is a computer means only a hardware or computer means only a software. In the software also we cannot say that we only use application softwares. That means when we term some machines as a computer, that means it comprises of both software and hardware. In software section also different kind of system software, different kind of application software. Similarly in hardware section also different kind of input hardware, different kind of storage hardware, different kind of output hardware. That means we cannot say that computer system means some kind of machines or hardware machines. It is comprises of both. Similarly in case of database management system also, yes, it is a inside the database system some softwares are there, but the DBMS is not only a software. It is a comprises of both data and software. In one part we store some data, in other part we store some or we write some programs, and when we use this particular system we use this program to access those data. I think, is it clear to everyone? Now is it clear to everyone? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next paragraph you write, the primary goal of a DBMS, the primary goal of a DBMS is to provide a way, is to provide a way is to provide a way to store and retrieve database informations, provide a way to store and retrieve database information that is both convenient and efficient. that is both convenient and efficient. Okay. Okay, next you write components of DBMS. Now this point will clear you more why it is not only a software. Components of DBMS. Components of DBMS. Number one, or you can write the components are number one, users. That means every time when we discuss about something about using or some application, some hardware, some softwares, we need users. That means someone need to operate. User. In DBMS, right? In DBMS, in DBMS, generally three broad class of users. Generally, three broad class of users are considered. Full stop. These are application programmer, application programmer.
Hello,
Yes,
sir. Sir, মাতটো ভাঙি গৈছিলে. These are কি ক'লে?
these are application programmer, comma, end user, application programmer, end user, and database administrator. That means in user, normally we have three categories of user. One is who develop the system. The next one is who use the system. And the third one is who maintain the system. For example, suppose in your student portal, you are the end user because you simply use the student portal. You log in, you go through the informations available in the portal, and you simply use it. That means you are end user category. You falls under end user category. And who develop the system? Someone needs to develop the system. They comes under application programmers. They do some programming to develop the system. And who develop the system, they comes under application programmer category. And suppose we, the IT department of Downtown University, they comes under database administrator category, because every time you face something, or every time we need to update, we need to do something with our ERP system, which our student portal, which our faculty problem. If someone is facing some issues, okay, so we are handling it. So we comes under database administrator category. So basically, when we consider someone as a user, under the user there are three subcategories. Someone falls under application programmer category, someone falls under normal end user category, or someone falls under database administrator category. The next one is, next point or next type of component is the software. Software is a database management system sorry, software of a day. So I think my software is a kolo. Software of a database management system includes the database management system, comma, operating system, comma, network software, and application programs. Okay. Next component is the hardware. It includes appli application program, application program. Next is hardware. Next component is hardware. It includes the storage devices and the input and output devices. The next last component is data. That right? Data stored in a database includes numerical data, numerical data within bracket right, number
Sir,
floating.
data stored. Sir,
Data stored in a database includes numerical data within bracket right, numbers and floating point numbers, and non-numerical data such as character or logical data. So these are the components of database management system. So that means when we discuss about database management system, we are not discussing only about some kind of data. We are not only discussing about some kind of softwares or some kind of hardwares or some kind of user, something like that. When we discuss about database management system, that means we are discussing about a system in which users are also available, some softwares are there, some datas are there, and some kind of hardwares are there. Okay, now I think now it is clear. The next point is applications of DBMS. So I think all of you are know the application of DBMS. That means everywhere we need to store data. We everywhere we need to store some informations, because the biggest database in of the universe is our head. That means in our mind or our head is the biggest database management system, because we store data, we process data, we execute results, and accordingly we perform. Okay, and apart from this, there are some applications. You can write applications of DBMS. That means we can highlight some few applications where database management system is used, but normally in each and everywhere it is used. Applications of DBMS, right? Some of the important application fields of DBMS are number one, banking. Major sector of using the concept of database management system. Initially also they are using some system to store data, but when after computerizing the banking sector, it is fully dependent on database management system. Number one, suppose banking. Number two, universities, another sector which is heavily dependent on database management system. Suppose in our university itself we have our own ERP system, we have our own LMS system where we store the informations of each and every student. We store the content of our courses, other related information, everything, faculty information, so everything come stored under a particular system. Okay. Then suppose railway reservation, another big sector of fully dependent on database management system, railway reservation, then airlines, then telecommunication, then finance, then sales. Suppose these are some 4 to 5 areas where DBMS is heavily used. And apart from that, we can count as many as you want, where we can show that, we can show or we can highlight that DBMS, the concept of DBMS is used. The next one is advantages and disadvantages. Okay, I'm not going to discuss. I think already we have discussed what is advantages, what is disadvantages. So I I will give to you to find out what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages. Okay, in the next class I will ask you randomly, say some advantages or say some disadvantages. After that, if required, I will discuss. Okay, you go through the advantages and disadvantages and prepare. I will ask you randomly, sir, give some advantages and you have to explain. Suppose let's one example, the reduction of data redundancy. It is an advantages of database management system. Okay, you have to explain why we can consider reduction of data redundancy as a advantages of DBMS system. All of you go through advantages and disadvantages in details. In the next class, I will ask you randomly. Okay, and after that, if necessary, I will discuss it. The next point is database system versus file system. That means when we discuss about database system, we are discussing about a system which is computerized. We are not discussing something like you store data in pen and paper. It is also another kind of system where you can store data, and this system is known as a file system. That means we are maintaining file. We are not maintaining we are maintaining the records by using a system called file system. That means when we discuss about database management system, as I told you, database management system is comprises of softwares and hardwares. Okay, we cannot implement software in files, in suppose in one register, one something like that. So that means when we discuss about database, Ankumoni Dharmari, no, yeah, okay, you in the next class you go through. I am not asking today itself. So I'm in the next class, you go through, all of you go through the advantages and disadvantages, and in the next class I will ask you randomly. By the way, Ankumoni, good. Now, when we discuss about database management system, always remember we are discussing a system which is maintained through a computer system. And when we discuss about file processing system or file management system, that means we are discussing a system in which records are maintained. Records are maintained by using some files. By using some files. First of all, write the definition of database system. Database system versus file system. Right? Database systems are designed to manage large bodies of information. Database systems are designed to manage large bodies of information. large bodies of information which includes both defining structures for storage of information, defining structure for storage of information, and providing mechanisms for the manipulation of information. Providing mechanism for the manipulation of information. Next paragraph, right? File processing system is file processing system is a system. File processing system is a system which stores permanent records in various files, which stores permanent records in various files, comma, and it needs and it needs different application programs that means application programs means it does not mean that the softwares. Okay, application program means the process through which we can access them. It needs different application programs to extract records from and add records to the appropriate files Okay, these are the two definitions of database system and file system. Okay, now highlight some differences. Okay, in the create a table. In the left side, write DBMS, that means database management system. In the right column, write file processing system or file system. In the left column, write database management system. In the right column, write file processing system. Number one, in DBMS, right, data redundancy does not exist. Data redundancy does not exist. In file system, right, number one, data redundancy exists. Number two, in DBMS, right, data inconsistency does not exist. In DBMS, right, inconsistency. Data inconsistency does not exist. In file processing, right, data inconsistency exists. Number 3, in database, right, assessing database is easier. In file processing, assessing database is comparatively difficult. Next point, in DBMS, right, the problem of data isolation is not found. The problem of data isolation is not found. Data in file system, right, data isolation exists. Next, in DBMS, right, atomicity and integrating problems are not found. Atomicity and integrating problems are not found. In file processing, right, atomicity and integrating problems are found. In DBMS, right, it is secure, more secure, that means more secure. In file processing, less secure. Okay. So fifth point, atomicity and integrating problems in database management system. Atomicity and integrating problems are not found. In file processing system, atomicity and integrating problems are found. মোৰ হৈছে আৰু 2 মিনিট আহিছে 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 6, more secure in database management system, more secure. In file processing system, less secure. Okay, so this is all about components, advantages, disadvantages, differences between database management system and the conventional file processing system. Okay, this is all about it. So in the next class, we will discussing about the architecture. That means how we can go for the architecture level designing. Okay, and yesterday